Amsterdam Airport Schiphol SXPHL is the main international airport of the Netherlands, located 4.9 nautical miles southwest of Amsterdam, in the municipality of Haarlemmermeer, province of North Holland. It is the fifth busiest airport in Europe in terms of passengers. The airport is built as a single terminal concept, one large terminal split into three large departure halls. Schiphol is the hub for KLM and its regional affiliate KLM Cityhopper, as well as for Corendon Dutch Airlines, Martinair Cargo, Transavia and TUI Airlines Netherlands. The airport also serves as a European hub for Delta Airlines and Jet Airways and is a base for EasyJet and Vueling. Schiphol opened on 16 September 1916 as a military airbase. The end of the First World War also saw the beginning of civilian use of Schiphol Airport, and the airport eventually lost its military role completely. By 1940, Schiphol had 4 asphalt runways at 45-degree angles. The airport was captured by the German military that same year and renamed Vliegehorst Schiphol. The airport was destroyed through bombing, but at the end of the war the airfield was restored quickly. In 1949, it was decided that Schiphol was to become the primary airport of the Netherlands. The airport's official English name, Amsterdam Airport Schiphol, reflects the original Dutch word order. Description: Schiphol Airport is an important European airport, ranking as Europe's 5th busiest and the world's 14th busiest by total passenger traffic in 2015. It also ranks as the world's 5th busiest by international passenger traffic and the world's 16th busiest for cargo tonnage. 52.569 million passengers passed through the airport in 2013, a 3% increase compared with 2012. Schiphol's main competitors in terms of passenger traffic and cargo throughput are London Heathrow Airport, Frankfurt Airport, Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport and Madrid Barajas Airport. In 2010, 65.9% of passengers using the airport flew to and from Europe, 11.7% to and from North America and 8.8% to and from Asia. Cargo volume was mainly between Schiphol and Asia and North America. In 2010, 106 carriers provided a total of 301 destinations on a regular basis. Passenger destinations were offered by 91 airlines. Direct destinations grew by 9 to a total of 274. Regular destinations serviced exclusively by full freighters grew by 8 to a total of 27. The airport is built as one large terminal, split into 3 large departure halls, which connect again once airside. The most recent of these was completed in 1994 and expanded in 2007 with a new section, called Terminal 4. Although it is not considered a separate building, plans for further terminal expansion exist, including the construction of a separate new terminal between the Zwanenburg-Barnum-Polderbaan runways that would end the one-terminal concept. Because of intense traffic and high landing fees, some low-cost carriers decided to move the flights to smaller airports, such as Rotterdam, The Hague Airport and Eindhoven Airport. Many low-cost carriers, such as EasyJet, however, continue to operate from Schiphol, using the low-cost HP. There have been talks about using the Lelystad Airport for low-cost carriers. Schiphol is equipped with 18 double jetway gates in preparation for airlines introducing the Airbus A380. Emirates was the first airline to fly the A380 to Schiphol in August 2012, deploying the aircraft on its double daily Dubai-Amsterdam service. During the summer, China Southern Airlines also uses the A380 on its Beijing-Amsterdam route. History. Schiphol's name is derived from a former fortification named Fort Schiphol, which was part of the Stelling van Amsterdam defense works. Before 1852, the Haarlemmermeerpolder in which the airport lies was a large lake with some shallow areas. There are multiple stories of how the place got its name. The most popular story is that in the shallow waters sudden violent storms could claim many ships. This was the main reason for reclaiming it. In English, Schiphol translates to ship grave, a reference to many ships supposedly lost in the lake. When the lake was reclaimed, however, no shipwrecks were found. Another possible origin of the name is the word sheepschaal. A sheepschaal is a ditch, a little canal in which ships would be towed from one lake to another. A third explanation would be that the name derived from the words Schiphol. This is a low-lying area of land from where wood would be obtained to build ships. Schiphol opened on the 16th of September 1916 as a military air base, with a few barracks and a field serving as platform and runways. When civil aircraft started to use the field, it was often called Schiphol les Bains. The Fokker aircraft manufacturer started a factory near Schiphol Airport in 1919. The end of the First World War also saw the beginning of civilian use of Schiphol Airport, and the airport eventually lost its military role completely. By 1940, Schiphol had 4 asphalt runways at 45-degree angles, all 1,020 meters or less. One was extended to become today's runway 0422. 2 others crossed that runway at 52.312 degrees north, 4.800 degrees east, 52.312, 4.800. The airport was captured by the German military that same year and renamed Fliegerhorst Schiphol. A large amount of anti-aircraft defenses were installed in the vicinity of the airport, and fake decoy airfields were constructed in the vicinity, near Bennebroek, Weifhausen and Vogelenzang, in an attempt to confuse Allied bombers. A railway connection was also constructed. Despite these defenses, the airfield was still bombed intensively, and an exceptionally heavy attack on the 13th of December 1943 caused so much damage that it rendered the airfield unusable as an active base. After that, it served only as an emergency landing field, until the Germans themselves destroyed the remainders of the airfield at the start of Operation Market Garden. At the end of the war, the airfield was restored quickly, with the first aircraft, a Douglas DC-3, landing again on the 8th of July 1945. A new terminal building was completed in 1949, and it was decided that Schiphol was to become the primary airport of the Netherlands. Expansion came at the cost of a small town called Rijk, which was demolished to make room for the growing airport. The name of this town is remembered in the name of the present Schiphol Rijk Industrial Estate. In 1967, Dutch designer Benno Wissing created signage for Schiphol Airport, well known for its clear writing and thorough color coding. To avoid confusion, he prohibited any other signage in the shades of yellow and green used. This was part of the new terminal building that replaced the older facilities once located on what is now the east side of the airport. The A-pier of the airport was modified in 1970 to allow Boeing 747 aircraft to make use of the boarding gates. The construction of a new air traffic control tower was completed in 1991, as the existing tower could no longer oversee all of the airport. New wayfinding signage was designed that year as well by Paul Meixenaar. A 6th runway was completed at quite some distance west of the rest of airport in 2003 and was nicknamed the Poldebaan. with the connecting taxiway crossing the A5 motorway. The distance of this runway means that taxi times to and from this runway can take between 10 and 20 minutes. It also required the construction of an additional air traffic control tower as the primary tower is too far away to oversee this part of the airfield. On the 25th of February 2005, a diamond robbery occurred at Schiphol's cargo terminal. The robbers used a stolen KLM van to gain airside access. The estimated value of the stones was around €75 million, making it one of the largest diamond robberies ever. Later that year, a fire broke out at the airport's detention center, killing 11 people and injuring 15. The complex was holding 350 people at the time of the incident. Results from the investigation almost 1 year later showed that fire safety precautions were not in force. A national outrage resulted in the resignation of Justice Minister Donna and Mayor Hartog of Haarlemmermeer. Spatial Planning Minister Dekker resigned as well, because she bore responsibility for the construction, safety, and maintenance of state-owned buildings. Infrastructure. Terminal Schiphol uses a one-terminal concept, where all facilities are located under a single roof, radiating from the central plaza. The terminal, though, is divided into 3 sections or halls designated 1, 2 and 3. To all of these halls, piers or concourses are connected. However, it is possible, on both sides of security or border inspection, to walk from between piers, even those connected to different halls. The exception to this is the low-cost Pier M. Once airside, passengers cannot access any other areas. Border control separates Schengen from non-Schengen areas. Schiphol Airport has approximately 165 boarding gates. Schiphol has large shopping areas as a source of revenue and as an additional attraction for passengers. Schiphol Plaza is the shopping center before customs, hence it is used by air travelers and non-traveling visitors. Departure Hall 1 consists of Piers B and C, both of which are dedicated Schengen areas. Pier B has 14 gates and Pier C has 21 gates. Departure Hall 2 consists of Piers D and E. Pier D is the largest pier and has 2 levels. The lower floor houses non-Schengen flights and the upper floor is used for Schengen flights. By using stairs, the same jetways are used to access the aircraft. Schengen gates are numbered beginning with D59, non-Schengen gates are numbered from D1 to D57. Pier E is a dedicated non-Schengen area and has 14 gates. It is typically home to SkyTeam, Hub Airlines, Delta Airlines and KLM, along with other members, such as China Airlines and China Southern Airlines. Other Middle Eastern and Asian airlines such as EVA Air, Etihad Airways, Iran Air and Air Astana also typically operate out of Pier E. Departure Hall 3 consists of Piers F, G, H and M. Pier F has 8 gates and is typically dominated by SkyTeam members such as Primary Airline KLM, Kenya Airways, China Airlines and China Southern Airlines, and other members. Pier G has 13 gates and is, except for Pier E, the only terminal that handles daily Airbus A380 service by Emirates and China Southern Airlines. Piers H and M have 7 gates each and are home to low-cost airlines. Piers F, G and H are non-Schengen areas. Pier M is a dedicated Schengen area. General Aviation Terminal. A new General Aviation Terminal was opened in 2011 on the east side of the airport, operated as the KLM Jet Center. The new terminal building has a floor space of 6,000 square meters, 1,000 square meters for the actual terminal and lounges, 4,000 square meters for office space and 1,000 square meters for parking. Other facilities. The Rijksmuseum operates an annex at the airport, offering a small overview of both classical and contemporary art. Admission to the exhibits is free. The airport museum is closed until the end of 2016, due to refurbishment. In summer 2010, Schiphol Airport Library opened alongside the museum, providing passengers access to a collection of 1,200 books by Dutch authors on subjects relating to the country's history and culture. The 89.9 square meters library offers e-books and music by Dutch artists and composers that can be downloaded free of charge to a laptop or mobile device. The Schiphol Airport Library closed in September 2014 for refurbishment until the end of 2016. For aviation enthusiasts, Amsterdam Airport Schiphol has a large rooftop viewing area called the Panorama Terrace. It is not accessible to connecting passengers unless they first exit the airport. Enthusiasts and the public can enter, free of charge, for the airport's landside. Since June 2011, it is the location for a KLM City Hopper Fokker 100, modified to be a viewing exhibit. Besides the Panorama Terrace, Schiphol has other spotting sites, especially along the newest Polderbaan runway and at the McDonald's restaurant at the north side of the airport. Schiphol has its own mortuary, where the dead can be handled and kept before departure or after arrival. Since October 2006, people can also hold a wedding ceremony at Schiphol. Schiphol also has a new state-of-the-art cube-shaped Hilton hotel with 433 rooms, rounded corners and diamond-shaped windows. The spacious atrium has a 41-meter-high ceiling made of glass and is in the heart of the building. A covered walkway connects the hotels directly to the terminal. The hotel was completed in 2015. Future expansions. In 2012, Schiphol Group announced an expansion of Schiphol, featuring a new pier, an expansion of the terminal, and a new parking garage. Pier A will be part of Departure Hall 1, which already has Pier B and Pier C. The new Pier A will have 11 gates for flexible use. It can handle either 3 wide-body aircraft and 5 narrow-body aircraft, or 11 narrow-body aircraft. The first activities are expected to start in 2017 and to be completed in 2019. The expansions will cost about €500 million. The new Pier A will be built next to Pier B, in an area now used as a freight platform for planes. Pier A will mainly be used for flights within Europe. To handle the extra passengers that come with this new pier, Schiphol will eventually expand the terminal and build new facilities for check-ins and arrivals. For the new building, direct access will be made to the platforms of the underground railway station. When the new terminal is finished in 2023, Schiphol will be able to handle over 70 million passengers. Tower. The Schiphol Air Traffic Control Tower, with a height of 101 meters, was the tallest in the world when constructed in 1991. Schiphol is geographically one of the world's lowest major commercial airports. The entire airport is below sea level. The lowest point sits at 3.4 meters below sea level, below the Dutch normal Amsterdam's pale. The runways are around 3 meters below NAP. Runways. Schiphol has 6 runways, one of which is used mainly by general aviation, airlines and destinations. Passenger. Note: the concourses listed are not definite since very few airlines have dedicated piers or gates. The piers listed below are based on typical operations. 1. Some of Garuda Indonesia's flights from Jakarta to Amsterdam stop in Singapore, but all flights from Amsterdam to Jakarta are non-stop. Cargo. Other uses. Other regular uses of Schiphol are the Dutch Coast Guard, whose aircraft are operated by the Royal Netherlands Air Force, the Dienstluchtvaartpolitie and the Dutch Dakota Association. Statistics. Other facilities. The transport building on the Schiphol Airport property houses the head offices of Martina and Transavia. Construction of the building, which has 10,800 square meters of rentable space, began on the 17th of March 2009. Schiphol Group and the architect firm Paul de Ruyter designed the building, while De Vries and Verberg, a firm of Stelwijck, constructed the building. The World Trade Center Schiphol Airport houses the head office of SkyTeam, the Netherlands office of China Southern Airlines, and the Netherlands offices of Iran Air. The head office of Schiphol Group, the airport's operator, is located on the airport property. The Convair building, with its development beginning after a parcel was earmarked for its development in 1999, houses KLM offices, including KLM Recruitment Services and the head office of KLM City Hopper. The original control tower of Schiphol Airport, which the airport authorities had moved slightly from its original location, now houses a restaurant. The area Schiphol RIJK includes the head offices of TUI Airlines Netherlands and Amsterdam Airlines. At one time KLM had its head office on the grounds of Schiphol Airport. Its current head office in Amstelveen had a scheduled completion at the end of 1970. Previously Martina had its head office in the Schiphol Center, at Schiphol Airport. Formerly, the head office of Transavia was in the building Triport 3 at Schiphol Airport. NLM City Hopper and later KLM City Hopper previously had the head offices in Schiphol Airport Building 70. Nippon Cargo Airlines has its Europe regional headquarters at Schiphol. The National Aerospace Museum Aviadome Schiphol was previously located at Schiphol. In 2003 the museum moved to Lelystad Airport and was renamed the Aviadrome. Ground transport, rail. The Nederlandse Spoorwegen, the national Dutch train operator, has a major passenger railway station directly underneath the passenger terminal complex that offers transportation into Amsterdam, Utrecht, The Hague, Rotterdam and many other cities. There are intercity connections to Lelystad, Amsterdam Centraal, Utrecht Centraal, both The Hague Centraal and The Hague HS, Rotterdam Centraal, Eindhoven S. Hartogenbosch, Leeuwarden, Groningen, Enschede, Arnhem, Nijmegen and Heerlen. Schiphol is also a stop for the Thalys International high-speed train, connecting the airport directly to Antwerp, Brussels, Lille and Paris, as well as to Bourg Saint-Maurice and Marseille. Bus. Amsterdam Airport Schiphol is also easily accessible by bus, as many services call or terminate at the bus station located outside in front of the terminal building. The Taiwanese EVA Air provides private bus services from Schiphol to Belgium for its Belgium-based customers. The service, which departs from and arrives at bus stop C11, goes to St. Gilles, Brussels railway station, and Berchem, Antwerp. The service is co-operated with Reason Law Hours NV. Car. Schiphol Airport can easily be reached by car via the A4 and A9 motorways. Incidents and accidents. On the 14th of November 1946, a Douglas C-47 operated by KLM from London approached Schiphol during bad weather conditions. The first two attempts to land failed. During the third attempt, the pilot realized that the airplane was not lined up properly with the runway. The aircraft made a sharp left turn at low speed, causing the left wing to hit the ground. The airplane crashed and caught fire, killing all 26 people on board. On the 4th of October 1992, El Al Flight 1862, a Boeing 747-200F cargo jet en route to Tel Aviv, lost both right-wing engines just after taking off from Schiphol and crashed into an apartment building in the Bijlmer neighborhood of Amsterdam, while attempting to return to the airport. A total of 43 people were killed, including the plane's crew of 3 and a non-revenue passenger. Several others were injured. On the 4th of April 1994, flight KL 433 to Cardiff, a Saab 340 operated by KLM City Hopper, returned to Schiphol after setting the number 2 engine to flight idle because the crew mistakenly believed that the engine suffered from low oil pressure because of a faulty warning light. On final approach at a height of 90 feet, the captain decided to go around and gave full throttle on only the number 1 engine, leaving the other in flight idle. The airplane rolled to the right, pitched up, stalled and hit the ground at 80 degrees bank. Of the 24 people on board, 3 were killed, including the captain. 9 others were seriously injured. On the 25th of February 2009, Turkish Airlines Flight 1951, a Boeing 737-800 from Istanbul crashed on approach, just 1 kilometer short of the airport's Poldeban runway. The plane carried 128 passengers and 7 crew on board. 9 people were killed and a further 86 were injured, including 6 with serious injuries. 4 of the dead were employees of Boeing, involved in an advanced radar deal with Turkey. An initial report from the Dutch Safety Board revealed that the left radio altimeter had failed to provide the correct height above the ground and suddenly reported -8 feet. As a result of this, the auto-throttle system closed the thrust levers to idle, as it is programmed to reduce thrust when below 27 feet radio altitude. This eventually resulted in a dropping airspeed that was not acted upon until it was too late to recover, and the aircraft stalled and crashed in a field. Canon of Amsterdam. Schiphol is window number 35 in the Canon of Amsterdam.